MAGA Republicans are embarrassing themselves once again, ladies and gentlemen, on all the national networks, making excuses for their horrible, big and beautiful bill. This is an unbelievable exchange that I do want to play for you, because Representative Mike Lawler has been making excuse after excuse after excuse when it comes to Medicaid, and he makes the case that Republicans aren't cutting Medicaid, which we know they are. We know at least 15 million Americans are going to be without Medicaid. But Joe Scarborough gave it to him. Listen, I'm not a big fan of Joe Scarborough. I never have been. I think he's phony. I think he's two-faced. I remember that trip he took with Mika Brzezinski to Mar-a-Lago to try to get him on his show and play nice with MAGA. I don't like Joe Scarborough. I lost a lot of respect for him. But there are times where he holds these politicians' feet to the fire, and I think this is one of those examples. So Scarborough is talking to Lawler about the fact that these hospitals, many of them around the country, are claiming that they're going to have to foot the bill when all these people lose their Medicaid coverage. And listen to Lawler squirm in his chair and lie, and Joe Scarborough does not let him get off the hook. It's really a mesmerizing exchange of truth and fiction. And this is where many in the MAGA Republican Party are at. They just won't admit the fact that millions of Americans are going to lose their health care coverage. Listen to this.
These are common sense reforms. I have no problem defending it and articulating it.
Well, respectfully, Mike, the Congressional Budget Office, which obviously is a part of the institution where you serve, says that there's going to be about $900 billion to $1 trillion in Medicaid cuts. If you look at the hospitals in your own district, Montefiore Nyack Hospital is already saying, because of that vote, because of these cuts, they're going to have to cut back services. They're going to have to cut staff. They're going to have to cut care. Same thing with Westchester Hospital. Hospitals across your district are going to have to cut services and care and staff members and budgets because of your vote and because of this bill that passes. That's what they're saying. It's not some left-wing focus group or some. Well, I'm just telling you what they've said, so
no, what they're parroting is the same talking points being put out by the state. And by
so
the
they're parroting. You know their business better than you know their business better than they know their business. Congressman, you can keep talking if you want to,
Joe.
But are you saying that they know their business, doctors' business, hospital administrators' business better than they know their own business? Is that what you're telling us here?
No, Joe. If you'd stop putting words in my mouth and let me answer the question. Number one,
you said they were parroting. You said that actually they were having the words put into their mouth. You said they were parroting other people's words.
Go look what they've actually put out, and it's all the same. It's all the same points that the Greater New York Hospital Association and that the state of New York are parroting.
Lawler is lying to you, and he is an absolute right-wing buffoon. Joe Scarborough was making the point, and I agree with Joe on this one, where you have these administrators and these hospitals and these spokespeople that work in these hospitals that are saying they're going to have to make all these cuts because of this big and beautiful bill and how it's going to affect the entire industry and their hospitals. They've made those statements publicly, and Lawler says they're parroting. They're just taking those statements from other people, which, by the way, he has no evidence that that's true, and it's not. These are his own constituents. These are hospitals in his district. These are his people, many of his constituents that are going to be losing their health care coverage. Hospitals around the country that are going to be making cuts, and they are in a lot of trouble. And MAGA Republicans, like Lawler, are lying to your face. They're simply lying to your face. They're either telling you that they're not actually cutting Medicaid, or they're telling you this is going to be benefiting those on Medicaid. It's going to make it stronger. I've heard that argument, which is absolutely insane. I've heard them make statements like this big and beautiful bill is going to cut taxes for the middle class and the poor, when we all know it's the opposite of that. These are some of the biggest tax breaks at the top 1% will ever receive in the history of this country. We know that somewhere around 15 to 17 million people are going to lose their Medicaid. We know that billions and billions of dollars they are gutting when it comes to food stamps, while they put gold all over the White House. But that's okay. We can spend millions of dollars of taxpayer funds to gold up the White House, but we want to take money away from those that are struggling, that are living paycheck to paycheck, people that need food assistance, people that need Medicaid. Many of those people are working, by the way. There's a lot of people on Medicaid that are working that cannot afford health insurance. But Lawler wants to make it sound like Republicans voted for this big and beautiful bill to somehow make things better for those that are on Medicaid. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. The lies are just endless with these MAGA Republicans. They're endless. Let's be very clear on this. This is not a partisan opinion. This is fact. The big and beautiful bill overwhelmingly helps the ultra-rich billionaires in this country. The everyday working, hard family with an average household income will suffer. Some of these people are on Medicaid because they qualify for it, and they will lose that health care coverage. These aren't just people that aren't working that are capable of working. When Republicans say that, it's a lie. There are people right now that are working that are on Medicaid that are going to lose their health care coverage. The hospitals are going to have to make dramatic cuts. It's going to gut the healthcare industry in this country. And MAGA Republicans continue to lie to you. And then when you lose your Medicaid, you're going to say, oh, wow, how did this happen? Well, guess what? We told you so. We tried to warn you.